Good morning, Monday again, shibashi time. Hopefully this will be the last live that I do from home. So we are going to be starting classes again in Holcombe Village Hall on Monday mornings starting next week, which is Bank Holiday Monday. So I'm expecting there to be not too many people coming, which is good to kind of ease back into the classes. So what I'm going to do for classes is definitely for the first 2 or 3 weeks. I'm running a 9 o'clock class and then a 10:30 class, and I'm going to try to stream the 10:30 class from the hall. So people that are following along online on Facebook will be able to join in with the classes then. There will be a few changes on how we work things because of the situation. So balls, I won't be dishing out balls for people to use. If you've got your own ball and want to bring it along to roll your feet out at the start of the class, then please do that. But we won't be able to have like a pool of balls, because to try and anti-back these between students with all those spikes on could be a bit of a nightmare. So still trying to get my head around exactly what I'm going to be needing to do. You've got a half an hour break between the two classes, which should give me plenty of time to make sure everything's sanitised that needs to. So once the first lot have gone, we can get it all ready for the second group of people. So that's one reason why I've cancelled the early class, because there's not time to do a switch around. If you're coming along to the hall next week, make sure you bring your water. So bring a bottle of water. I'm going to try and keep the kitchen not used, so people aren't going in and out of there and filling up glasses of water, things like that. So bring your drink. If you're coming up by car, leave your coat and bags and everything you can in the car, so you're not taking anything more than is absolutely necessary into the hall. I have put the class up from £4 to £5 for a couple of reasons. One, because there's obviously not going to be so many people coming, so it's economy of scale. Then also £5 is much easier for people to deal with paying. We're not messing around with change and have you got the right money and things like that. So people can just drop their coins or a £5 note into the box. So there's less contamination there. And ever since I started doing it, people have said to me, it's too cheap, you should charge more money. So we're going to go to a £5. Obviously, if that's difficult for anyone, just ping me a message, have a quiet word. It's if the money is an issue, don't not come, is what I'm trying to say. We can arrange round things. It's more important for people to get a group practice. Anyone who's practiced in the group, it is different to practicing on your own. You can pick up on the energy from all the other people practicing around you. It's certainly it's a nicer experience, I think, and also I can see what you're up to, and if something's going drastically awry, I can point you in the right direction. Say try and think about not doing that. I mean, I try not to be too picky with people, so I don't want anyone to feel embarrassed or awkward in class. As you know, there's only two real main rules, which is the 70% effort. You've heard enough about that through these live classes. 70% effort at all times, so don't overreach, overstretch. Anything hurts, you stop, you rein it back in, and keeping those knees back behind the toes. So as long as you're doing that, then everything else just comes with time and practice. And the more you watch me doing the classes, the more you watch other people practicing as well. So it's a gradual drip into the brain. And you'll get something right and you'll crack something, and then you'll realise you've been doing something else wrong. So it's just It's stick with it is the key to that. Masks, we do not have to wear masks under government guidance. There is a clause for exercise groups, so where wearing a mask would be detrimental to what you're doing, it's not necessary. You can wear a mask by all means if you want to. I won't be wearing a mask. You might want to wear a mask as you come into the hall while you're sorting yourself out, and then once you're in position for Tai Chi, remove the mask then. It's entirely up to you. We will be 2 meters apart anyway, and you will all be facing me. So you're not going to be breathing in from somebody face to face. All your breath will be coming in my direction. So if anyone's going to get it, it'd be me. So really don't panic or worry. It'll be good hand hygiene. We've got the hand sanitizers at the entrance to the hall, and everybody be encouraged to use those as they enter the hall, and again on the way out. If you can have a wee before you get there so you're not using the loos, that would be great. I think what I will probably do is just have the disabled loo in use so that I know what's been used, and it also makes it easier for me to clean through at the end of the class, before the next lot, and at the end of the class when we finish. So bring your water. Bare feet, in theory it's really safe with using bare feet on the hall floor. The floor is clean, but you might be more comfortable keeping your socks on. I know a lot of people keep the socks on anyway, or if you want to keep your shoes on, then it's fine. So you go with whatever is comfortable for you. Like I say, anything that is touched, we will be... Sorry, I just had a message ping up that's distracted me. And it is touched, we will be anti-backing before class and after class, each class. So yeah, there'll be a register as usual, because I do need to keep track of who's in the classes and contact details. So anyone who's been to classes before, I've already got your contact details. It's something I do anyway for the insurance, but we will have to be really strict on that register being kept up together, so I know exactly who's in a class. And if anyone gets ill during or after a class, then you really need to let me know. And obviously if you're going to isolate while taking a test, I need to know that so that I can let other people know the outcome. If you come to a class, then get a positive test in the following week, I'll need to notify everyone who's been in that class, and we will have to hold back for a couple of weeks. It's how things are now, so don't feel at all bad if that is you. If you are the one who's been somewhere, managed to get it, got a positive test and is staying put, it's really important you let me know, so that as a belt and braces precaution, everyone else can know, they can all get their tests done, etc. So that's kind of where we're at with the Holcombe classes. We're going to run them for September and see how things work out, see how many people come, see what's going on, and then I'll look to chase up Jill Compton and see what's doable there for Thursday mornings. So hopefully it's the start of getting back to some kind of normal. We're going to do our best. So Bank Holiday Monday, Holcombe Village Hall, 9 o'clock or 10:30. You can ping me a message if you know you're definitely going to come, that'd be great. But if not, just pop along and we'll see what happens. I have got room for at least 20 people easily in that hall with space around. So we'll see what happens. We will have all the doors and windows open as well. So if you know you feel the cold, or it's a particularly chilly day. I know it seems strange at the moment because the temperature's been so great. Make sure you've got plenty of layers on that you can shed should you need to. But as I say, if you cannot bring coats, bags, anything extra into the hall, then that's great as well. The music won't be very loud because part of the sensible precautions is that I'm not supposed to shout too loud at you. So some of you might be quite relieved. But obviously, I'll be speaking loudly and hopefully clear enough for everyone to hear. If you know you've got hearing problems, make sure you come to the front of the room, because it will not be a shouty class. The music will be very quiet, so I'm not shouting over it. We need to keep all our germs to ourselves. And on that note, I'm going to start today's session. So we'll start with a warm-up. Morning Jane and morning Liz, nice to see you. So spiky balls, if you've got them, do a quick foot roll out. So I'm away next Monday and moving house the week after. Well, that moving house is a good excuse. I didn't know you were going away, missus. I'm not sure I'm going to allow that. Right. So if you have a spiky ball or a tennis ball, I'm standing up. I'll come a bit closer so you can see what my feet are up to. Have your feet facing forwards, hip bone distance apart, and bring the ball so your feet are level. The ball's under the ball joints of the toes of that foot. You see my toes spreading out. Put as much force as you can down and push forward, rolling the ball up to the heel of the foot. Take the weight off and gently roll it back. So pushing down, stretching out those feet. Lift the weight off and roll it back. If you need a chair or something to hold on to, then do. But if you can manage by balancing on that standing leg, it's giving this leg a good old workout. Pushing down and rolling out. Changing feet. So starting under the ball joints of those toes, pushing down and away from you, as much force as you can muster. Lift the weight off the foot, roll the ball back. So at least 3 or 4 to each side. If you haven't done this for a while, you might be going ouch, but it's a good ouch. Rolling the ball up the centre of the foot. Now if you stand, your feet should feel much flatter and secure to the floor now. Going back to the original foot, I'm going to take it under the big toe ball joint and roll up that inside edge of the foot. Take the weight off and roll it back. So I'm going to do 3 up on the big toe. Lift the weights off, we'll change feet. So I'm going to go big toe, pushing away and back. Really working into the spiky ball. Then back to your original foot. We're doing the same up the outside of the foot. So getting the weight under the little toe ball joint. As you push forward and down, rolling up that outside edge of the foot. Weight off the ball to bring it back. Pushing away and rolling it back. Now if you're on a shiny floor with a tennis ball, you might have lost the ball by now. Changing to the other foot, so just to finish, little toe ball joint, rolling up the side of the foot. Oh, this is a nice step. Good morning. So that's spiky ball and feet done. Right, feet facing forward. We'll carry on with the warm up. So we're going to just start relaxed, neutral position. Think about your standing, even for the warm ups, to soften the knees. Gentle tip of the pelvis, lengthen through the front line of the body, keeping the head nice and central. I'm going to turn the head from right to left, from right to left, right to left. Then drop that chin and circle through one side, back to the other side. Dropping the chin, stretching the back of the neck. And then bring the head back to central. I'm going to take the hands, interlink them behind the back of the neck. So just where the head reaches the top of the neck, so get nice cradling the back of your head there. And we're just going to very gently think up and stretch that neck back. It's only a small movement, looking up to the ceiling. And then bringing it forward. So there's a gentle stretch up and back of the neck, thinking yourself taller, and back. Stretching once more, supporting the back of the neck with a hand. And then coming back to centre, dropping the hands down by your side, which is going to keep the head looking forward, and move those eyes up, down, left and right. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left and right. Go up, down, right and left. Up, down, right and left. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and let them drop. Both shoulders coming up, let them drop. One shoulder and the other one. One shoulder up and the other shoulder. Then whole arm circling forwards with the right arm in that shoulder socket. 3 big circles forwards. And then 3 going back. Staying on this arm, we're going to bring the hand to the front of the shoulder blade, circle the elbow forwards and around, 3 circles forwards. And then 3 going back. Changing arms, so taking the left hand in a big circle forwards. And then back. Hand to the front of the shoulder blade, taking that elbow forwards and around. And then back. Drop the arms, we're going to stretch through the sides of the body. So we're going to go up with the right hand and down with the left. Pushing down to the ground, so straight arm, flatten that hand if you can so it's horizontal with the ground. We're trying not to shorten this side, so you're not pushing down like this. The body's staying straight, you're just reaching and stretching down. As you reach and stretch up with the other hand, turn the head to the side and look up to that top hand. Hold the stretch for a couple of breaths. And changing sides. So reaching up to the sky and pushing down to the ground. Trying to lengthen both sides of the body. One more to each side. Reaching up, pushing down. So not side bending at all. working on lengthening and stretching. Then hands come in to stretch across the chest, pointing out with the right arm, pulling back across the chest with the left, looking down that long arm. Don't hold your breath when you're doing this, keep breathing. Changing sides, pointing out the arm, pulling back across the chest. Hands coming to the front, soft elbows, soft wrists. Just going to circle those hands in. Nice and relaxed. Circling back the other way, moving at the wrist. Making two fists, strong fists, knuckles facing forwards. And then stretch those fingers out nice and wide. Back into fists, stretch out the fingers. One more into fists, and a big stretch of the fingers. Taking the right hand palm up, gentle pull back on the fingers, stretching out the inner wrist, bringing the arm lower or higher, wherever you need to get the stretch in the inner wrist. And changing sides, so pulling back on the fingers. Heels of the hands going into the lower back, push down and out. Ten more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give those hands a little shake. So coming down to the waist now. I'm going to keep the head still, just circling those hips around, moving from the ankles and back the other way. Just gentle circle round with the waist and hips. Down to the knees. Give the knees a good rub. In and around the knees. Fingertips on the knees. We're going to circle both knees in if you can manage it. If not, just keep rubbing them. Whatever's comfortable on your knees. And then circle them out. Standing back up, we're going to heel tap behind, so bringing a foot up, reaching down and tapping the heel behind you. Tap, 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 tap. Somewhere near the heel. And then bringing the foot up to the front, tapping the heel in front. Try and be quite brisk with this because it is warming us up. And then back to standing. We're going to take the right foot very slightly forwards, lift and lower those toes. Gentle calf stretch. Then turning to the side, lift and lower. Stepping back, left foot slightly forward, lift and lower the toes. And turning the foot to the side, lift and lower again. Stepping back, we're going to lift the heel up and circle the ankle round one way, crack. And then back the other way. Drop the heel, switch feet, so coming up onto the ball joints of your foot, circling that ankle round one way and back the other way. Drop the heel down. We're going to march through the feet now to finish. So we're marching toe, toe, heel, heel, out, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in. One more. Out, in. Right. Warm enough? I've certainly warmed up. I'm going to put my fan on a little bit. A bit of air going through here. It's still very warm, especially when the sun bursts through. So we have got Airbnbs in, and I've got a changeover to do today because people today are going and we've got more coming in later. So I've got guests in for the week. The hut is going very well. Proving popular. Right, who we got online? Margaret. Hi Maggie. Right, so Jane, if you're going to be away on Monday with Kezia, if you've got internet connection, I will expect you to be joining in with the live streamed class at 10:30 from the hall. Both of you. That's an order. Right, so if you missed at the very start, I won't waffle on too much now because I did a lot of that at the beginning, but I am going back into the hall on Monday, which is Bank Holiday Monday, 9 o'clock class and a 10:30 class. Will be a little bit different to what you might remember before, with the hand sanitising, anti-backing and everything. You do not need to wear a mask, but if you want to wear a mask, wear one. And you might want to wear one as you come into the hall, remove it while you do the shibashi once you're in your 2 metre space, and then put it on to go when people are coming and going. That's entirely up to you. But hopefully I'll see a few familiar faces back on Monday. We'll take it slow and steady. It's going to be £5 now instead of the 4. So that's the important things I need to tell you. And we'll do our shibashi set. Mavis is here snoring. Yeah, that cat's got the right idea. Okay, so we've got our water. We'll do one set through. We'll do quite a few reps in one set. So have me talking. Feet facing forwards. Just take a couple of minutes to relax into Wuji. So Wuji's our start and finishing position. Soften those knees. Make sure you're not gripping at the bottom. Really important that, because there's a lot of us tend to clench the bottom. It pushes strain into the lower back. Really be conscious about relaxing all those muscles. Soften the knees. Tip the pelvis very slightly forward, back, sorry, not forward, tipping it back. So if I come side onto you, a normal stance, how you probably stand when you relax normally, kind of like this. When you're getting into Wuji, soften those knees, tilt that pelvis so that the bottom's slightly going back, stretching out the front line of the body. So thinking about this point on your chest becoming longer, as if you've got somebody pulling you up through here, stretching that front line, but not compressing into the back. Shoulders relaxed and down. Head nice and central, jaw relaxed, face looking forwards. Golden thread, just pulling you a tiny bit taller through the centre of the head. Get that extra height. So we're thinking about from the base of our spine up to the top of the spine in the back of the neck. This is where we're getting all our movement from as we start to practice. arms open and relaxed, hands, palms facing inwards, fingers slightly curled, slightly curved, with nice space between them. So you're relaxing as many muscles as is possible without you falling over. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. If not, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm going to step out to commence. So at least shoulder width apart. Make sure those feet are facing forwards. Going to breathe in, bringing the hands up, straightening up the legs. And breathe out as you lower back down. Breathing in, bringing the arms up to about your nose and breathing out. Now remembering in the breathing, we're looking at about a count of 5 as you take that in breath. And then when you finish breathing in, you turn in the hands in the gap between the breaths before you start the out breath, coming back down. Breathing in. Gap. Breathing out. Gap. Breathing in. And out. So remember to keep those knees back behind the toes. Just lowering down. Have a quick look. You should still be able to see those toes. Breathing in, straightening up through the legs. And breathing out. Lowering down. Okay, this time we're going to move into broadening one's chest, so bringing the arms up as you breathe in and out to the sides. Breathing out to lower back down. Breathing in and out. Remember that gap between the in and the out breath. It's giving you the second or two to change the movement. Keeping those hands nice and relaxed. And as you bring the arms out, don't throw them too far back. You get here, they're still in your peripheral vision. You're not throwing them back so far your chest pops forwards. Breathing out. Broadening one's chest. Right, we'll do one more of these. And then if you can move to the next move without looking at me. I won't give the name of it till we've done a couple. You need to follow me, but if you can, test your memory to see what's coming next. So you should be on Dancing with Rainbows, breathing in, sinking into the standing leg, breathing out. Turning the head from side to side, eyes following that active arm, breathing in and out. got this beautiful rainbow shape you're making above your head, moving elegantly. Tai Chi, we're thinking about being like a tree, rooted solid to the ground. The top half of the body's flexible, moving, swaying gently, transferring that weight. Last one, if you can remember, go to the next move without watching me. So it's circling arms, breathing in and out. So keep this circle small if you need to. If you've got the flexibility, movement in those shoulders, bring it up to a nice large circle. Breathing in, straightening up, turning those hands, breathing out. Feet still facing forwards. They shouldn't have moved at all yet. Last one, breathing in and out. Palms up at the waist, twist waist, swinging arm. Breathing out. Straightening up through the legs, bringing the arm up and over on the in-breath and pushing forward on the out-breath. Now remember, it's easier to remember it's a swimming arm, then you can call it a swimming arm. It's swinging arm, twisting that waist. Looking back with your eyes towards that hand coming up and over. Palms cross at the front, not touching each other, just passing over the space between them. Reaching forward with one arm, back and up and over with the other. Do one more to each side. Breathing in and out. In and out. Dropping the arms, rowing a boat. Breathing out. So back, so the hands facing back on that in-breath as the hands come up. Palms facing towards the floor as you breathe out and lower back down. Breathing in. And out. Now remember not to lift the heels on this. Feet are still flat to the floor. Gaze is looking forwards, very slightly down. Breathing in and out. Right, we're changing the move, so we're going to take the left heel lifted up, left hand reaching across the body. So I'm going to breathe in, coming up onto the toes, turning the hand, breathing out, lowering the heel. So coming up, if you can, come up onto both lots of toes and breathing out. So it's holding a ball. So we're holding a ball in our hand, so we lift up to the side, turn the hand and lower slowly back down, bringing the arm across the body. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Heads just moving from side to side, but eyes follow the back of that hand until it disappears out of sight. Then they pick up the other hand. So although you're looking down with your eyes, you're not dropping the chin at all. Breathing in, raising up onto those toes, testing your balance, breathing out. Breathing in and out. So if anyone's attempting what's going on with my feet, everyone should be lifting the heel on the leg as you reach across. If you need to, keeping the standing leg flat to the ground, breathing out. But if you can, you come up high onto the toes on the balance leg and slightly lift the heel on the standing leg. Breathing out. Really challenging that balance. Last one, coming over to this side, breathing in and out, slowly lowering down the heels. Both hands now we carry on the way we're facing. Feet staying flat to the ground. Carrying the moon. Breathing out. So we're going to breathe it into the side and breathe out back through centre. Straightening up the legs as we come, turn to the side. Slight sink of the knees on that out breath through centre, so you're in the relaxed position again. Breathing in, straightening up a little bit. Palm of bottom hand facing the armpit, top arms coming out at a right angle from the body. Breathing in, eyes glancing to that top armpit. Breathing out. And in. So the head turns and the eyes are looking to that armpit. As we come to centre, slightly straighten the legs, take an in-breath but carry on turning, so elbows are in towards the side. We're going to push the heel of the hand away on the out-breath and breathe in to pull it back. Turning, breathing out and in. Now remember all the movements coming from your waist. Arms coming in and out from the shoulder. So it's not pushing across the body. It looks like it is because of the turn. And in. Pushing away. So now we're going to push away, turn that hand palm to faces, bringing in a little bit closer, and take that in breath as we turn around to the side, changing the arms, breathing out. Breathing in, checking your thumbs on this one, making sure they're not stuck up to the sky. Eyes focused on the palm of the top hand, trying to keep that top forearm nice and horizontal. Breathing in. So if you find your elbows dropping, lower the whole forearm. So if you bring it down, you're bringing it down to your chin, or even lower if that's what you need to get that forearm straight. Top hands a couple of fists distant out from the face. Bottom hands a little bit closer to the torso. Breathing in. And breathing out. To the side, so I'm going to take the left leg half a foot forward and turn it to the side. Going into scoop in the C. So breathing in, lifting that back heel up. Breathing out, lowering the heel, raising those toes. Breathing in. And out. Now remember with our side moves to not lock that top knee out. Taking the movement as deep as you want to. Coming back as you breathe out, if you can balance. If not, keep it small. So breathing in and out. Changing sides, stepping back. So turning the right foot now. We're going out and over, breathing in and out. You might well find one side is a lot easier for you than the other. Our bodies aren't symmetrical. If you've ever taken a photograph of half of your body and reproduced it, you can see what a strange picture that looks like. And we favour one side, so most people will find it a lot easier one side than the other. Staying this side, playing with waves, so hands are coming to the waist, breathing out to push away, and in as we come back. Now again, this isn't a huge movement forwards. If you think about what my arms are doing, it's the elbow joint and the wrist joint are the only ones moving. Torso staying nice and straight. It's all feet and ankles giving us that distance as we push away on the out breath. And breathe in as we pull the hands back. Playing with waves. Trying not to speed up too much on this. Bring the hands back to centre, changing sides, turning the feet again, Breathing out and in. So the arms aren't going straight, the elbows still soft. Gently pushing those heels of the hands away and then dropping the hands, the fingers pull back. Right, still on this side, we're going to turn those hands palms to face us, starting with them a good 12 inches apart, so we're about this apart. I'm going to run my hands are off camera then. I'm going to breathe in, bringing the hands back, and breathe out as they come forward. Spreading wings, breathing in and out. So double check your thumbs, people. And again, like at the start, we're not throwing the arms back so that the chest pops forward. When they're reaching the out position, you can still see them out of the corners of your eyes. As we come to centre, changing sides. Breathing in and out. Creating a lovely, graceful, controlled movement. Gazes forwards, and if you need to, slightly down helps with the balance. Slowly moving those feet. The back foot is only a balance foot. It's a slow lower down. Coming back to centre and straighten up the feet, make sure they're still facing forward, soften those knees, bring the fists into the side of the body, fingernails facing up, so it's punching. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push that hand away, breathing in and out. Now you're turning the fist away from you, breathing in. So you're turning that shoulder joint and making sure that you don't fully extend. So we're not going straight arm here, still soft at the elbow. Breathing out and in. Good strong fists. Last one, breathing out and pulling back in. Those hands to the side, give the fingers a wiggle where they've been in the fists. Feet should still be wide apart, soft knees. It's flying like a wild goose. So we're going to have little fingers to the fronts of the thighs, breathing in, arms coming up, heels coming up. And breathing out as you slowly lower back down. Breathing in and out. Now make sure when you're in the down position you can still see those toes. Breathing in and out. You're really trying to slowly lower, no matter how high up you come onto your toes. It's a slow, controlled lower back down. Breathing in. And out. You feel yourself leaning forwards, wobbling about too much, try and focus on the floor in front of you. Do one more. Breathing in. And out. Heels stay flat to the ground now. Soft knees. Both hands, palms facing. Breathing in as you take the hands up and around. Breathing out through the bottom half of the circle. So breathing in, circling hands like a spinning wheel, and breathing out. Now if you can and you want to, take that breath in from the waist, going all the way down. Breathing in and out. Change direction at the bottom. You know the movements for these, the versions of these, so do whatever your body allows you to do. Last one, coming up and around, breathing in and out. Now adjust your stance, we're coming into bouncing a ball. Opposite foot to hand. So take a breath in as you come up onto one leg, raising that hand, lowering back down. Breathing out for the other leg. So remember, you've got a heel lift option, a knee lift option, or a knee lift and a heel raise. Work at whatever level you can comfortably do. And you might find you're working at one level for one leg, and you can ramp it up a gear for the other side. That's fine. Do whatever your body will let you do. Remember, 70% effort. Do one more each side, so breathing in and out. Lowering back down, feet facing forwards, double check them, soften those knees. Press palms, so hands are cupped, facing upwards, slightly away from the body. Going to breathe in, bringing those hands up to the nose. Turn the hands, breathe out as we lower back down. So breathing in, and as you push back down, hands are a little bit closer to the body. Breathing in and out. So well done everyone, making it through the class today. do 2 more breaths. So breathing in and out. Last one, breathing in and out. Bringing the feet back in, hands up, down the centre line of the body just to get some nice and straight and balanced. Left and right hand onto the lower tummy. Soften those knees. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Also test your balance a little bit more. Once you close your eyes, it's much harder. You rely on your eyes a lot to balance. And just check through that body as you relax with some long deep breaths in and out. Remember, as you're breathing in from the belly, so let everything go. Feel that tummy expanding beneath your hands. And as you breathe out, starting from the pelvic floor, squeezing that air out. Breathing in, feeling the belly expand, and breathing out. Make sure you relax through the hands and the wrists. Knees are soft, pelvis tipping slightly back, buttocks relaxed, shoulders relaxed and down, head facing forward, relaxed at the jaw. You're not frowning at me. And you've got your golden thread still pulling you nice and long through the front of the body and the crown and the head. One more big breath in and out. Opening the eyes. Going to give the hands a good rub together. Should be nice and tingly hands or warm hands. You've got the circulation moving a bit better for you. And then a rub of the face, so in and around your face, into the edges, behind the ears, back of the neck, under the chin, all into the cheeks. And then scalp, give the scalp a good rub. All over, get those fingers right in there. Then tap down the outside of both arms, up the insides. And take your feet a little further apart if you need to. Tapping down the outside of both legs, all the way to the ankles if you can get there. Up the insides. And then wipe outside arms, inside arms, outside legs, and inside legs. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining in. And those who join in later, I know a lot of people let this play out and then they'll maybe do this tomorrow or later in the day. Oh, I've forgotten how nice these trousers are. I think I might wear them next Monday. Find them in the bottom of my drawer. So yes, back, I won't say to normal because it's not going to be back to normal, but back to physical class on Monday. Hopefully some of you will be brave enough to come. Be interesting to see exactly who's been practicing any of this over lockdown. I shall see. I shall see once we can see everyone practicing. But yeah, if you haven't done anything and you've just been watching me with your cup of tea and a packet of biscuits in front of you, thinking, oh, this is very entertaining, Sharon every week, and then thinking, oh Christ, I'm going to have to do it now if I go back on Monday. Don't panic, don't worry. It's just trying to keep everyone safe and moving. And as I've said before in classes, if you do have an incident, which we all do have funny incidents, we do daft things, we think I should have moved that pot, bucket, whatever, weeks ago, I'm going to trip over that soon, and you don't move it, and you trip over it. Hopefully, if you've been practicing shibashi, your balance will definitely be better. I mean, I'm totally convinced of that. I've seen it happen. And because your ankles and legs have been used to moving about and stretching, if you ask them to suddenly stretch in a direction that they do a little bit of in Tai Chi, they're not going to complain so much as if they've never been asked to do that stretch before. So you won't hurt yourself as badly, and any hurt you do get will recover quicker. That is the gist of what I'm up to here. So this week I'm going to be making a scarecrow for Holcombe Village Scarecrow Chow, which starts on September. So if you're out and about, look up for Scarecrow here next week. I'm not going to tell you what my Scarecrow is going to be yet, but I know exactly what I'm doing. So she says, famous last words, hopefully it won't take me too long to do. But yes, I should be making a Scarecrow. And looking forward to seeing some of you next Monday. For those of you I don't see in the flesh next Monday, 10:30, we will still be streaming from the hall. It'll only be me, you see, so don't people who are coming, don't think, oh God, I'm going to be put on Facebook or anything like that. The iPad is set up in front of me, so all the class will be behind the recording device. It will pick up sound, so if anyone's cheeky, you might get a bit of amusement, but it won't be actually showing people apart from me, unless they want to, you know, who knows. We could create an internet sensation. Right, I'm going to go now. I've got a hut to clean, ready for the next lot of guests. Hopefully see you next week. If I don't actually see you, you'll see me doing the class. So bye bye for now. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for sticking with it through this year, which has been just well, let's say interesting. I won't say horrible, because not all of it's been horrible. Some's been nice. It has definitely been interesting, and it's thrown a lot of us out of our comfort zones. I had never done anything like this on video really before, and I've got to be honest now, I can sit and talk about anything in front of the camera. It doesn't bother me at all. So we're all learning things. Every day's a school day. Keep practicing the shibashi, stay safe, keep washing your hands, get those masks on when you need them, but don't panic about doing things. You've got to get this into perspective. Good hygiene and sensible practice in avoiding unknown and large groups of people. It's going to be helpful all round, isn't it? So yeah. It might not be coronavirus that you're avoiding, it'll be all the other bugs and things that are out there. So yes, see you soon, and Mavis is still asleep. You're not going to see her at the hall next week. I'm not taking her up with me. And I'll try and ping an email around to most people if I get my act together. But there'll be plenty of announcements online. So tell your friends if they're not online as well, who've been coming to class. Try and spread the word that we are going back. Bye for now.